Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever the case may be where you are. Good day to you. It is Saturday, January 10th, 2026, and we're here at Talkeetna Depot. Once again, we're actually just south of the main depot when we're looking at the south shelter. It's kind of the storage area for all the extra stuff here, Talkeetna Depot, that they use in the summertime. And we have ourselves the first AuRoRa of the year 2026. I'm not sure if you can hear them. That's such a beautiful sound. I had to stop and listen to that. As you can see, it's snowing a little bit, and we did get some snow here, almost 2 feet in some areas around here in the upper Centennial Valley, north of Willow, and then that came down over the tail end of the weekend, and then we got 40 below zero right after that for a couple of days, and that's warmed up. And we're supposed to get a major dump up to a foot and a half, possibly more. And anyway, so when the weather conditions are right and you hear the train blowing the horn, south of Talkeetna, the echo of the horn travels up the Taletina River and bounces off some of the ridges right here that kind of follow the railroad for a few miles out of Talkeetna. And man, that just sounds amazing. If you've never heard it, man, it's quite amazing how long of the sound travels, the echo of the horn. It's pretty cool. But anyway, enough about that. So they're north of 223 pit, and they're about ready to come around the corner here any moment. And what's really cool is we finally got snow. Obviously not as much as previous years. Got a few people that talk about the weather on the channel here on the videos. I appreciate all that. And they mentioned the cold and the snow. Well, it may look like a lot of snow, or in some cases it may look like a lot of snow, but I'm used to seeing, dumps of snow up to 3 feet or more at a time. And some years we get almost 20 feet of snow altogether around here. Some places in Alaska, a lot more, like right now down in the southeast, Juneau, the state's capital, they've been getting hammered with snow. While we haven't had any snow, they've been getting hammered with snow. You get a chance, Google Juneau, Alaska, winter of 2025-26. They got quite a few boats in their small boat harbor that sunk because of the snow, and buildings are caving in. It's quite something. So it's amazing with the size of Alaska, the weather patterns, and where in Alaska are you seeing winter and how much snow and all that good stuff. So it's train time. Look at that, the AuRoRa. With all the snow that we've gotten so far and more to come, it's really cool where the snow dumps are, because you can stand on top of the snow dumps, the snow piles here around the depot, and get a really good view of the train. Unfortunately, the the orange depth markers kind of detract a little bit. Oh well. Looks like there's a Mac on the rear. Very cool. Looks like 4328 is on the rear. Be sure to wave at everybody. Say hello to the onboard staff. Morning. Very cool. Man, that 4328 just looks good in that scheme. All right, well, we're gonna get down and get some closer up views of the train here. All right, so they just spotted, and people that are getting off the train here, their destination is Talkeetna, they're getting off the train here now, and you can see the baggage operations about ready to take place. So all those folks that are standing there at the rear coach, at that doorway there, they're all off-gridders, flag stoppers that are heading home, heading up. And as usual, you can see you got the crates lined up. Jim does a real good job of that. And there are some tags I can see that are going to Fairbanks, and there's some stuff I can see is flag stop. So that's getting ready to go underway. And so the conductor is taking care of all the flag stoppers right there, and the onboard staff, the onboard supervisors, if you will, they're taking care of the passengers that are either getting off Talkeetna, or maybe they're getting on to Talkeetna and they're going north all the way to Fairbanks, all those folks. Let's take a look here at this 4328. I know I got several videos of it, and I'm sure other people have seen this quite a bit, but just take a moment and appreciate this classic scheme. And for those that may not be too familiar, maybe new to the channel or just skimming across here, so this Centennial scheme debuted, oh gosh, I saw the first signs of it, I think July 13th, 2023. It was on a freight going up, and then it was used a couple days later on the Centennial special that ran from Fairbanks to Nenana. It was a VIP train. I have some videos on that if you want to go take a look. And so this scheme represents, basically it's a modern day take on the original AuRoRa scheme, or the original McKinley route scheme. And that debuted in October of 1947. I believe it was October 17th. They ran a special from out of Anchorage north. I believe it's the one that they took to Palmer, that basically debuted the AuRoRa Streamliner service. That's when the first Streamliner trains came out. And instead of having, like F units or Alco PAs, they had RF1s, which were Alco RSD1 locomotives that were rebuilt, and they were running short hood forward, right? And they were cowled. They had a streamlined body put on, and so they wore a scheme just like this. Obviously, you don't see the Centennial decal or anything like that on any of that stuff. So the scheme was replaced in the 19. Hey man, you got to stay on the other. Okay. You got to stay on the other side of that berm.
Sorry for that.
Yeah.
Thanks for letting me know.
Yep. Yeah, because if I don't say anything, they'll get upset and say something. So I'll get out of the way. You can get some views. Folks getting off the train here, taking a look at the locomotive. Anyway, so the scheme was replaced in the late 1960s, early 1970s with the dot scheme, which was basically it was a larger yellow stripe, and they had locomotives that matched that. Anyway, so the AuRoRa scheme faded away. And, you know, by the time the dot scheme came out, there was a lot of locomotives that were painted in a black and yellow freight scheme. You know, by that time there was no RF1s pulling the trains, and it was just F units and some other locomotives. Anyway, so the scheme faded away, and then in 2023 it came out for the Centennial. Man, wouldn't it be something if the railroad had a specially wrapped locomotive for America's 250th birthday? Who knows? The shadow does. Anyway, so you can see here that they're doing the baggage operations right here. It's the usual stuff. There are folks that are getting on, they're boarding up into vehicles owned by local hotels or B&Bs. They come and meet the train, and that's been a tradition for years and years and years. Every weekend in the wintertime, there's people getting off here, all that fun stuff. They get to their B&B or hotel. They stay for the weekend, enjoy some sort of festivities if there's anything, or just to get out of town. And they hop on the train and go to their next destination. Now, if you're interested and you want to know about some of the flag stop stuff that happens, go check out my friends Rob and Sarah's YouTube channel, Curmudgeon. They're flag stoppers. They live in the old Jim and Nancy James place. If you're familiar with Railroad Alaska, Jim and Nancy James were reoccurring folks on that show. Rob and Sarah have been there for quite a few years now, and they have a wonderful YouTube channel. And you know, you can learn a lot about what it's like to live in remote Alaska and what it's like to rely on the railroad. So, pretty unique stuff. All right, well, I think we're going to mosey on down somewhere else and try to get another angle of this train, because they're going to be getting ready to part pretty soon. Here comes the AuRoRa. Just real quick to answer your question. The reason why 4328 is on the other end is because there's still issues with the cab cars. There they go. Very cool. And that is the first northbound AuRoRa of 2026. Well, I'm gonna head on out and get ready for this major snowstorm. Got a lot to do, and I appreciate y'all for swinging by here and taking a little bit of time to see some train action here at Talkeetna. Anyway, you have a great rest of your day, evening, morning, whatever the case may be, and we'll see you next time. Take care.